welcome. So from the title of the video below, you already know what's up. You will be basically seeing a day in my life as an ESL teacher here in China. Now, if you're unaware of what ESL means, it simply means English as a second language. So what I do is that I use different techniques to help students to develop their English language skill set. Okay, so that's what today's video is about. So if you're interested in this kind of video, venture with me. Let's go. Okay guys, so I must add, this is not a typical day in my life as an English teacher here in China. This week is just merely prepping for the return of the students on Monday. So it's actually Friday and my week is basically finished. So I don't have much to do. I've decided, you know what, I'm still gonna take you on this little venture because a few of you guys that are subscribed to my channel are actually interested in teaching abroad. So I'm trying to shed a little insight here and there for you as I can. So yeah, let's get into the video. Each institution in China operates differently, of course. I mean, across the world, every institution has their own rules and procedures. So I typically start my day here at 8:30. That's when work starts for me. I go until 5 p.m. I stop teaching at 4:25. I usually have 15 periods per week. Each period usually lasts for like 40 minutes. So once I get to work in the morning, the first thing that I do is I check my internal messages. So whether that's email or we have like an internal instant chat where all the teachers from each department are connected, and that's like our primary means of communication here within our school. I'm not sure if I had mentioned it, but I teach at a bilingual school, right? So half of the day the students are actually learning English and half of the day they're actually learning Chinese. I have like two different sets of students. So my AM my AM students, they're different from my PM students. So I'm not teaching new concepts, I'm basically teaching vocabulary. And I just give you an idea of what my timetable looks like. So this is my timetable here, right? So I have 3 periods. I don't know if you guys can see, okay. So I have 3 periods each day. We do word study, grammar, journal, speaking, guided reading, math, theme, and theme could be units are like social study and sciences, different areas, and these topics they would have already been taught in their Chinese class. As I said, I'm not teaching concept, I'm just, you know, introducing them to different terminologies, pretty much. And then on Friday, they would have listening, writing, or reading strategy, and organization, and Fun Friday. I'm so sorry for the background noise that you're hearing. You're hearing the AC, and I think there is some event happening at school. Yeah, there are a few students on the playing field, so they're having some form of military training. So I'll give you a quick tour of my classroom. So I'm a homeroom teacher, so I have my students all the time. I'm responsible for them. Once they're in my presence, I do work with a TA. So my TA sits right there, and her role is really to assist me, TA, right? Assistant. So she assists me mainly with admin duties, behavioral management, translation. Yeah, you get the gist. So that's her job, which actually helps me. I don't need to focus too much on that. There actually are some admin stuff that I need to do as well. Today I'm actually casually dressed because there are no students here, so I can wear whatever I want to school today. So I rolled out of bed and I just threw on this dress and some sandals. That's what I'm actually wearing to work today. Okay guys, so being a homeroom teacher comes with its challenges, and earlier I had said that I have 15 classes. I have 15 classes in the AM and 15 classes in the PM, right, for the entire week. So in total, I have 30 classes per week. 6 of those classes are special classes. I do have a few things that I really need to do today. I need to put up these posters today. So these are my classroom rules. Listen to the teacher and your classmates. Be nice to others. Raise hand. No, what am I saying? Keep hands, feet, and belongings to yourself. Raise your hand to speak. Have fun. next week will be all about ensuring that they get these rules and procedures done fast, so we can have, you know, like we can have an understanding as teacher and students, you know, so they know what I expect of them, and then I know what they expect of me as their teacher. So yeah, I'll vlog throughout the day and you see what I'm doing. I'll even speak to a few teachers, what it's like to be a teacher here in China, of course. This is my experience, and as I said, each institution comes with their own experience. So this is just my experience. That's the disclaimer here. So let me give you a quick tour of my classroom. So on this bulletin board, as you can see, it's kind of like compartmentalized by the different areas that I teach, and whatever vocabulary is introduced during that particular unit, I would put them in these pockets here. This is for math stuff, grammar stuff, word study. We have some bookshelves here with books that they can read during their spare time if they do feel the need to do that. Dictionary for their use. Yeah, so I usually label the cubbies. These are actually supplies for them when they come back to school. So each student would get like a portfolio to keep their stuff. They get some notebooks. I won't show the notebooks fully because it has the name of the school here, which I won't disclose. Yeah. Oh, these two boards here will be, I will display awards, like display the students who are awarded here for discipline, respect, and responsibility. Awarded monthly for those 3 areas. And this bulletin board here will be used to display their work. The one at the front as well. And I'm actually going to put up here their timetable. So my Tay is actually laminating the sheets right now. I'm actually constructing a timetable for them because they're gonna come to class. Miss Trudy, what are we gonna do today? Even if it's on the board, Miss Trudy, what are we gonna do? So one classroom, they can just look here and see what they will be doing. They need to ask me every time, what are we doing in period 1? What are we doing in period 2? What are we doing in period 3? So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any question regarding teaching in China, feel free to comment it below in the comment section. I'll definitely answer them for you. Timetable, guys. So what we do, we just change the days and the month, also the date and the particular subject that they have at whatever period. So yeah, so this is what the timetable is now looking like. Just had lunch. It's about 12:30. We usually get 2 hours lunch here. Kindergarten teachers, most times they have like a 3-hour lunch break, and people sleep at this time. So I'm just gonna pull out my bed in my classroom that is tucked away right over here beside my table. So here's my bed that I'm gonna pull out. bed is nice and ready to relax on. That's my bed right there. I'm gonna close the curtains, turn the lights off, and take a nap. That's what I'm about to do. Oh, thank you. Nice and dark, and now it's time to sleep. All comfy. All right, guys, so basically that's how my day has been going. So let's see what the grade 4 teacher is up to. And we have an intruder here, grade 5 teacher, Rob. Hi.
Hey.
Okay, so this is Rob. He teaches 5.4.
Yep.
And over here, oh, should I say Mr. Ward, Mr. Ward, Mr. Rob?
Mr. Ward. Mr. Rob sounds weird.
He does?
It does.
And over here we have Mr. Frank.
Hey, everybody.
So Mr. Frank teaches 4.2, so we are teammates, yeah. Okay, so basically, they're just gonna tell you what their experience has been like working abroad as an ESL teacher, because you know, everyone has different experiences. You guys are aware of what my experiences have been like, so let's see what they're gonna say. They want it to be an interview, so I don't need to be anything. You guys know me, right? You've seen me all
They
the
can hear
time.
you, boy.
Okay, so I guess you want an interview set, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no problems. Okay, so you have been in Asia for some time. Like how long?
13 years teaching.
13 years teaching, and you've been here for...
6 years. This is my 6th year teaching.
Okay, this is my 4th year. Okay, so the OG. So what has it been like teaching in Asia?
It's been amazing. Most days I come in feeling like a rock star. The students make you feel welcome, loved, and popular.
Especially as a black man, right? So being in Asia 13 years ago, not many like you. You
Yeah.
definitely got that attention.
Yes, immediately. A lot of times students are very curious about every aspect of me. for better or for worse.
How about you, Rob? Like, what has it been like?
So I've had experience both at training centers and schools, and honestly, I can say with the training center, it wasn't bad. You know, it's different hours. You don't get the summers or vacations or anything. But honestly, it really depended. Like it was your experience in the training center was very dependent on which center you were at. The managers of each center had a lot of control over your experience. As far as being a teacher, you know, like I've loved it. It's so much more respect than back home.
And back home you were a teacher as well?
Yes,
Yeah,
I taught
and-
Spanish.
Like Spanish, and you were,
I taught adults.
okay, psychology?
No, I taught cable-related English.
Okay. So I'm definitely, I've been the newbie, because prior to coming to China, I was in a totally different field. I was in food safety. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, because my degree is in chemistry, so this is was a whole new world for me. Yeah.
But yeah, like the students are so, you don't have the problems, you know, like you're not looking out for gangs or drugs
Or
anything.
guns.
You know, it's just, you come in and the students are happy and excited to see you. You know, I did at the training center get to teach like some of the young kids, like 3-4-year-old. It's a little bit different because sometimes you're the only foreigner they've ever seen. And so when they first see you, they're afraid and they'll just burst out crying. But they get used to you and warm up. One of my favorite kids was a 4-year-old, and Kevin, and he used to call me Dabai because he couldn't remember my English name, which Dabai is Big White.
interesting. Would you recommend teaching in China or teaching overseas?
100%.
100% why?
One, just the opportunity. Like, I've lived in Spanish-speaking countries now, and I've also lived here, and it's just one, the opportunity to live in a different culture, in a different place. Two, coming to China, it's just pre-COVID, was super easy to travel Southeast Asia, but also now we can't really leave, but there's still so much in China to see. I found that Chinese people are actually very friendly, open, and welcoming for the most part.
More pre-COVID. Because COVID, they're a bit, taken aback, but yeah.
But also just as far as teaching, like, I have a higher salary, I have free housing, I feel respected, I feel administration backs me up. As a whole thing, like, the education and teaching here is just a lot different than I had back home.
So definitely the benefits, that's the biggest plus for coming this side. Yeah. How about you?
For me, it's a perspective shift. When you leave your country and live in another country, not go on vacation in another country. When you live in another country, you see another side of it.
That's true.
And sometimes when you live in a place, it becomes home. It becomes more home than where you left. And that's kind of what happened to me.
Because it became your norm, and like going back, it's like, okay,
weird.
this becomes so foreign. Because now, and especially in China, where where it's so technologically advanced here. Like everything is operated through your phones. Like once you leave and you're in the next country, you're like, okay, I'm gonna pay for something. Oh no, I need cash. Oh no, I can't purchase this right now. The convenience, that's the biggest. That's apart from the benefits that you receive from the jobs, the convenience, man.
I mean, China is in the future when it comes to
futuristic, for sure.
You're gonna have differences between tier 1 and tier 4 cities, but if you're in a tier 1 city, you have every single convenience of modern life.
That's true. I think even tier 2s too. Like you kind of
tier 2s are pretty
not much
good.
Of a difference.
I mean, you're gonna find difference in the public services.
Yeah.
People not being as aware of foreigners.
Yeah.
Even in tier 2 cities, you're gonna have people coming up asking to take your picture.
I'm experiencing it here. Can I tell you the other day I was a celebrity? That video will be posted very soon. I turned a celebrity for a day.
They're not asking to touch your hair, are they?
No, they were like high school boys who wanted to take photos with me.
Sounds about right.
We had a family take pictures of us at the zoo.
Yeah, that happened to me. Something similar happened to me in Peugeot with this lady. I mean, I was a model for like a couple hours, but hey.
You're a model every day.
Thank you. Okay, so I have another question. What was your biggest culture shock coming to Asia for you? I know you've had several shockers because that was like 13 years ago.
Oh my goodness. 100 million different stories I can tell you. But I think my biggest one is one day I was walking down the street and I saw a guy on a bicycle. And in the basket of his bicycle was a full-size satellite dish.
What?
A full-size satellite dish. And I'm like, he can't even see around it. How is he even riding the bicycle? Where is he going with this satellite dish? And why? So that was one of the biggest moments that I was like, yeah, you wouldn't see this in America. I'm not in the States anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Perfect.
Sorry for the interruption.
So sorry for the interruption. Or Dean walked in on us. And that's the truth.
He didn't care.
Yeah. No, this would not be the way elementary. Like, oh, you're doing a video? Sorry. Like, what? We're supposed to be working. Okay, so what was your biggest culture shock?
Honestly, because I had lived in Latin America and I'd lived in Spain before. I think I went through, when I was in Chile, I went through a really big culture shock. And homesickness hit me bad. So I guess I was kind of better prepared coming to China. I kind of knew what to expect, and not only that, I just knew it was long term.
Yeah.
It wasn't just gonna be short 6 months and back.
So you were up for anything. So nothing really shocked you when you arrived.
It didn't really shock me, but I think there were things that really just kind of, I just didn't realize that would really get to me. Like, some just like the bureaucraticness of China is just like, we aren't typical. They deal with a bunch of people every day, and then they get a foreigner, and then they don't know what to do. So like going to the bank and changing my passport number when my passport expired. I mean, you're sitting there for an hour with 4 people at a computer trying to change your passport number. Where if I think like back in the US, if you had an ID number change, it would be 5 minutes and you're out.
Listen, Jamaica is extremely backward, right? Because going to the bank in Jamaica is a pain in the ass. But I never knew there could be another country that could be Jamaica. But actually, you know, you visit the banks here, the lines are short, but the process is so extensive that it takes your entire day. You go to the bank in Jamaica, the lines are long, but they're moving fast. It's just annoying because of how they...
Another culture shock was the loss of personal space in public.
Oh yes, the personal space doesn't exist at all.
Yeah. In just about anywhere, well, with the exception of Thailand. Thailand, you do have a certain amount of personal space.
Well, I think with COVID right now, we've gained a little bit
No,
back.
there's still no personal. What are you talking
Don't
about?
get on the train.
Oh, I don't get on the train.
Yeah.
Or wait.
But
in the
even you're
train
taking
station.
you're taking a COVID test, there's still no personal space.
true.
There's no distancing.
You're right. Even though it's supposed to be a meter, they're still breathing on your back.
Exactly, and covering their face while doing it.
I had a guy walk into me because he was looking at his phone right behind me multiple times in a line. So yeah, personal space.
Yeah.
I guess they feel like everybody is family in certain situations, and then you're a foreigner in others.
You're a foreigner when it's convenient for you to be a foreigner.
Exactly.
Culture shock. Logics
Oh.
doesn't exist.
But why?
Different. It exists. It's just totally different, and it's foreign to us.
That is true.
One of the things.
Hence why it doesn't exist.
One of the things I look at is traffic. Oftentimes I watch traffic and I go, how does this work? And somehow they manage it.
It's like complete chaos.
Yeah.
But there's no X.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that's the reason why, you know, I don't think I'll ever get a bike here because I just don't see, just doesn't seem as if there's a road code because, you know, you turn everywhere.
Like,
and
if I was over in Zhongtun, like just live there, always around there, I'd have a bike. But if I'm having to get on a highway, no way.
you're not supposed to ride your bike on the highway.
People do.
But you're not supposed to.
Well, people do. Okay. You're not supposed to do a lot of things.
But people
they
do.
For example, have you seen the amount of buildings that have no smoking signs on the inside?
Yeah.
And what do people do?
They smoke.
Right next to the smoking sign.
Yeah.
I have I have a collection of pictures
Yeah.
of people doing things they're not supposed to be doing right by the signs.
Yeah.
I mean, in the malls, all the people that work there go into during their break time, go into the stall and smoke right next to the no smoking sign.
Actually, that was a big culture shock for me as well. The amount of people that actually smoke here. It's a really strong smoking culture here. And it's the strongest I've ever seen, to be
For
honest.
guys.
Even females.
But they get stigmatized for it.
Yeah, they do, but they still do it. And it's like the biggest smoking culture I've ever witnessed, to be honest. I mean, yeah, in Jamaica we're known for weed, but I don't see people smoking weed everywhere. Literally everywhere they smoke. In the elevators, even though, as you said, the sign is there, but they're still doing it. In restaurants, every single where you can think of, they smoke.
It seems to be a situation where if no one's going to tell me not to, I'm going to do it.
And I think that's the case, pretty much.
So you can't just give a person a dirty look. You have to say something if you want it to stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have to lose face.
Yeah. Yeah, saving face, another. Okay, I think we can wrap up here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we got enough footage.
I think we have more than enough footage. Might be like clip here, you know. Okay, so pretty much this is how my day went today. It's not our typical day because, of course, good students are not returning until next week. So this week has been pretty laid back, especially for me. Last year, this time, I was going insane with the workload and just trying to maneuver everything in a new environment. But this year has been easy peasy so far.
Wait till your third year, it gets even easier.
Let's see about the third year.
It's not hard to miss.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this gave you some insight to our life and our experiences as
Like,
teacher
comment,
here.
and subscribe.
There you go. Make sure you do all of that. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Goodbye.